Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Steve coming today is part two of the Amber viewing to crash and burn. I wanted to have so much fun. There are a lot of different, what you call it, a lot of different personalities involved. They're watching this and they're doing so again today. But yesterday. To show yesterday what yesterday is from New York. He keeps it real. Any punches. So there may be some bad line. He is from New York. And he just goes to say this video yesterday got demonetized as all the F-bombs. Show today because I know he's got to get paid. Yeah, on YouTube where I'm getting I'm not just so don't have to worry. You follow me, follow my video. I'm not real big on cursing anyway. But today I think I'm just the second part of what Amber had to say and Nate's reaction to it. And get started. I'll bring up Nate real. Are we ready?
Watch it. Here we go.
Let's go.
Day three. Let's start this up.
On social media getting billions of views. Well, after the verdict, largely in favor of Depp, Heard called it a setback for other women who wanted to speak up. And now she says she fears other potential defamation lawsuits from her ex-husband as she looks to move forward. There's a text message where Johnny promises total global humiliation for you. Do you feel like that came true?
Wow.
Listen, what the fuck? Stop with the theatrics. Just answer the questions. Like, this what makes me think that she's not being honest. It came true. Just say, of course, you don't have to sell it to us. Don't have to sell it to us. You're not fucking Mirror. He's not Edward Scissorhands. Don't overact it. Come on, just do it.
Oh, they already started.
I know he promised it. I testified to this. I'm not a good victim. I get it. I'm not a likable victim. I'm not a perfect victim. But
You're not a
That's the talking
victim.
point. That's the talking point. I'm not a perfect victim. That's the talking point. Watch those other videos. All the media say she's not a perfect victim. Believe her. She's not a perfect victim. She's out here just spouting off the talking points.
When I testified, I asked the jury to just see me as human and hear his own words.
They saw your
which is a
line.
promise to do this. It feels as though he has.
Amber Heard reflecting on the ripple effects of her tumultuous trial with Johnny Depp. Having been found liable, are you nervous as we are here today about what you can say now?
She should be.
Of course. I took for granted what I assumed was my right to speak.
Do you feel like you could be sued again by him for defamation?
I'm scared
Yeah.
that no matter what I do, no matter what I say or how I say it, every step that I take will present another opportunity for this sort of silencing.
Oh, let me let you finish our point.
Which is what I guess a defamation lawsuit is meant to do. It's meant.
No. A defamation lawsuit is not meant to silence you. It's meant to stop you from doing things that are illegal, right? You do not have the right to lie and defame someone. Defamation says stop the lies, stop the defamation. You can speak all you want. You can say whatever you want. You just can't defame someone, right? That's not protected. So this whole nonsense about, he's silencing me. Yeah, he's silencing you from saying things that are not true and that are defamatory. That's what defamation laws are about. That's why defamation is not protected. That's why defamation doesn't fall under protected speech, because you don't have the right. You don't have the right to defame someone. You have the right to speak, but you don't have the right to defame. Understand that, Amber.
And to take your voice.
But Amber is still speaking just days after a jury stunned many and found the actress defamed Depp in an op-ed.
You know what? For you people in the chat, her doubling down like this, would you sue her? Like, I would be thinking about suing her ass again. Like, I would be thinking like, yo, we may have to go through this again because you're saying the same crap.
Yeah.
You know, we may have to go to the judge and be like, yo, we need an injunction. And then we might have to go to court and get your ass again because you keep saying the same crap over and over again after just losing the defamation lawsuit. What does she want? She wants to be, she wants to be sued again. My ass might be, we might be thinking about like, yo, we might have to sue this chick again because she's saying craziness now.
Where she said she was a public figure representing domestic abuse. The piece, which never mentioned Depp by name, was published 2 years after the couple announced they had settled their divorce. Life had seemingly moved on, and you decide to write an op-ed. Why did you do that?
Because the op-ed wasn't about my relationship with Johnny.
Yes,
But it alluded.
She's a fucking liar. All right. That's just straight up lies. I'm gonna let's fact check this right now. Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on.
It's,
No. You're not going to just get away with that straight up lie. You fucking admitted it in trial on the stand. So you guys don't think I'm some fucking liar. Hold on. We got to pull this one up. She said it was about him. Hold on the stand. Now she's going to try to play like it wasn't. Nah. Let me find this on Twitter. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. I pulled it right though. Check this out. Check this out, people. Someone, I got it right here. Boom. All right, we about to fact check her in real time. So this is her on the stand. Remember, she said it was not about Johnny. Let's hear what she got to say. Let's see what she says.
You would be at the courthouse and knew exactly which side of your face to take a picture of, did you?
I know how many people will come out and say whatever for him. That's his power. That's why I wrote the op-ed. I was speaking to that phenomenon. How many people will come out in support of him and will fall to his power? He is a very powerful man, and people love currying favor with powerful men.
Right.
And I know that firsthand.
And risking jail time for committing.
So just to be clear, that's why I wrote the op-ed, right? Let's listen to this again.
How many people will come out and say
don't put up any
whatever
super chats.
for him.
Let people see
That's
this.
his power. That's why I
Let me
wrote
rewind
the
this
op-ed.
back a little bit.
I was speaking to that.
That's why I wrote the
Which
op-ed.
side of your face to take a picture of?
Let's make sure
Did
we
you?
get this.
I know how many people will come out and say whatever for him.
Right?
That's his power.
That's his
why
power.
I wrote the op-ed.
That's
Because
why I
was
wrote the
speaking to that
op-ed.
phenomenon.
Because I was
How
working
many
at that
people will
phenomenon
come out in support of him.
and
will
Johnny
fall to
Depp,
his power.
and fall
He's a
to
very
Johnny Depp's
powerful
power.
man, and people
He's a very
love
powerful
currying
man.
favor with powerful men.
Currying
I know
favor
that
and
firsthand. I've
risking
lived
jail
it.
time for committing perjury.
Excuse me?
Yeah, she
I
ain't hear
didn't
that
hear your
question.
You
question.
didn't hear
Excuse
my
me?
question.
No, she ain't hear that shit.
Ms.
She don't
Vasquez,
want to hear
would
it.
you
Curry-
mind, please just repeat the question? I didn't hear you.
Curry favor and commit perjury in this courtroom
I have
for a
seen people
powerful
do this.
man.
I have seen people do this time and time again. That's why I wrote the op-ed.
You didn't expect Ben King.
So she's full out admitted she wrote the op-ed about Johnny, right? About his power and influence and all that shit. And now she's saying, it wasn't about him. Then what the were you lying then? Or are you fucking lying now? Like, this is starting to get ridiculous now. Come on, Amber. Don't treat us like we're idiots. This is starting to get utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
You can't go on the stand and say shit like this and then come here and then say, oh, it wasn't about him. It was never about him. Then why'd you say that on the stand? That's what you said.
Right. Exactly.
I think she thinks we're all idiots. She has to think we're all idiots. She's got to. She has to think we're idiots. I'm sorry. I know people, we want to watch the interview, but I just felt I had to fact check that in real time because that's what she said on the stand.
Facts.
To him.
It
It was unmistakable.
You know,
It's
what
unmistakable.
the op-ed was about was,
Clean it up.
you know, me loaning my voice to a bigger cultural conversation that we were having at the time.
Did you worry? Gosh, I'd love to be a person weighing in on these cultural issues, but that's going to stir this all up again.
I obviously knew it was important for me not to make it about him or to do anything like defame him. I had lawyers teams of lawyers review all the drafts of this.
When you wrote this op-ed, it was the height of Me Too. Legions of powerful men being canceled, losing their jobs. Did you want that to happen to Johnny Depp?
Yes,
Of course
you
not.
did.
Yeah.
Nobody
Of course
believes
not.
you.
It
You're a
wasn't
liar.
about him.
But the op-ed and the abuse alleged was at the heart of the 6-week trial.
He just pulls his arm back with the phone and throws it at my face. Hit me right in it felt like my eye.
Heard testified that the final straw came after a violent fight in May 2016. 6 days later, she filed for a restraining order, cameras capturing her as she left the courthouse.
Ms. Heard
But
didn't show
Depp's
you any
lawyers
photographs
convinced the jury
videos.
Heard was lying about the
Photographs were
abuse.
taken of
Of course
Police
she's
who
lying.
responded to the 2016 incident testified during the trial that they didn't see any injuries and that Heard declined to file charges.
This was a hoax, is according to his team.
Mhm.
Why didn't I cooperate with the police? As I
Because there was no evidence. Let me tell you why I believe you didn't cooperate with the police. Because you didn't want, there was no injuries. Nothing had happened. You were pretending something had happened and nothing happened. So when the police came and said, well, do you have any
Right.
injuries? Give us anything so we can do what we need to do, right? So we can at least write a report. There was nothing. There was absolutely no evidence. And when the cops saw no evidence, they could do nothing. They could do nothing.
Right.
You didn't have it. If you had it, you would have showed it. That's the way it works. So let's not pretend that you had something and the cops were and you were trying to hide it. There was nothing there. The cops looked for bruises. The cops searched the apartment and the cops questioned
Right.
you and they found absolutely nothing. But now you want to pretend that they're lying. Again, the cops are lying because you remember, everybody who's testified against her is lying. Everybody who's testified for telling the truth. That's her thing. And the cops are pro Johnny, even though they're LAPD and they're not paid by Johnny. She's trying to still spin it after we know the truth, right? This is crazy. This is crazy.
I've testified before, and I will stand by until my dying day. I didn't want to cooperate with them. I didn't want this to be out. I didn't want
So why call the police? Why get the restraining order? You did all of that because you wanted it to
You
be
did
out. No one
everything
believes you.
did.
No, I don't even believe she believes this at this point in time. She doesn't believe it. I think she's just saying it, trying to get some sympathy. Nobody believes you.
want this to be known. I didn't want to cooperate with them because I didn't want this to be, I didn't want to get him in trouble. If it was a hoax, I could have done that.
But 5 days later, you went to court and it came out.
5 days later,
That's right. That's right. Hit us, Savannah.
I made the
Yeah.
decision to stand up for myself and protect myself. You can't get a restraining order in private, which of course I didn't understand the night when the cops were called.
An employee of TMZ testified at court and said
Hit her
that
with TMZ.
TMZ was tipped off about
Mhm.
when you were going to be going to the courthouse and
They
on
were.
what side of your face bruises would be apparent.
What's she gonna say about
Did
this?
you tip off TMZ?
I was going to
Yes.
say, he certainly didn't get tipped off by me or
Did
anyone in
anyone
my.
you know tip off
Absolutely.
TMZ?
Why would they? No.
You ask no one to do that.
As I tested,
Now remember,
Stop
as she
it.
testified, I didn't know. Somebody tipped her. It could have been my representatives, my team. Who knows, right? Even Camille asked her. She was like,
Right.
"What do you mean?" It's like
Right.
your
Oh,
representatives
oh,
did it. She's like,
crap.
I don't know. Now she's saying, absolutely not. Right? She's changing her testimony even now. Even now, she's
Exactly.
changing it from what she said. You're on
Exactly.
tape saying it under oath. Now you're changing it. Now you don't know anything about it. Before you're like, it could be my representatives. Now I absolutely don't know. And don't forget, they got the copyright. See, the problem with this is, think about this, people. TMZ owns the copyright. They could only get the copyright
Right.
from one person. The person, right? The person who for the video that was released. They got the copy. That's
Right.
how we know she was leaking stuff. And the TMZ employee said they knew when she was going, where she was going, where the
Yeah.
bruise was. Who would know all that information to leak? But again, she can just say I didn't do it because she's not under oath and she's just sitting here lying again.
testified to before had nothing to do with me.
There are different incidents that you testified to, and the Depp legal team would put up pictures of you publicly right after that or in the days following and saying that why are there no bruises?
Again,
That's a good question, right? That's a good question. They showed all this evidence of you saying that this happened to you, and all this time there was no bruises, right? Why? I want to let's ponder how she's going to try to fix this lie, right? Let's ponder what's she going to say, because that's true, right? She had all this time where she had these, where she said vicious, violent assaults happened, and then the next day she was out in backless dresses, right? Let's pull up some of the pictures that they just showed. Backless dresses, right? No bruises. She said she was dragged over glass and kicked and beat in the back and broken the nose, and she looks fine. So let's see how she tries to clean this up for us. She's going to try to tell us what the truth is. Let's see if Amber Heard is going to give us the truth. I'm hoping she's going to give us the truth. Let's hear it. Come on.
Matter in the days following and saying that why are there no bruises?
Again, it's that thing. If you have bruising, if you have injuries, it's fake. If you don't have any, then you weren't injured.
You had promised to donate the $7 million of your divorce settlement.
Hold on.
Oh, she's going at her.
No, that's the wrong answer. You can't say you're dragged over glass and beaten with sticks and stomped on the back, and then the next day look like this, and then people say, well, it doesn't, where's the bruises? You can't say your nose is broken, then we look at your nose, it looks fine, right? She's saying that you say the bruises are fake. Let's look at this was the nose picture. Let's go back.
Too, and the debt legal team.
This is the picture where she said her nose is broken. 2 black eyes, swelling. She was beaten and punched in the face multiple times, dragged over glass. This is the picture. Either she's Wolverine, that's gonna, I think, just heal like that, or she's lying. And she says, and her response is, she didn't even give a full sentence. This just doesn't make any sense. Does she really think we're that stupid to buy what she said? She should have been prepared with a better answer than what she just gave. That answer that she just gave did nothing to move the needle.
Team would put up pictures of you publicly right after that or in the days following and saying that why are there no bruises?
Again, it's that thing. If you have bruising, if you have injuries, it's fake. If you don't have any, then you weren't injured.
You had promised to donate the $7 million of your divorce settlement to
There
charity.
you go. $7 million to
revealed
the
at
charity.
trial that
You lied.
haven't done so
She
yet.
said you
However,
lied.
they played a tape where you stayed on the air that you have donated it. Do you think that raised questions as to your credibility with the jury?
Of course.
I made a pledge, and that pledge is made over time by its nature.
When
And
you say I donated, you know that everybody thinks that you've donated it.
Savannah didn't let her get away. Savannah's like, yo, we're not going down that route. You know what you did. You know what donated means. You know what pledge means. Let's not play this BS about, pledge. You were telling people you donated that money. You wasn't telling people this was pledge. You told me we donated, and you know what that meant. Go ahead, Savannah. Savannah's hitting. You got to, I give the mainstream media a lot of crap, but Savannah didn't let it get away with that BS. Like, we know what's going on.
Not that you pledged it. So for the juror sitting there,
time by its nature.
when
And
you say I donated, you know that everybody thinks that you've donated it,
We know.
not that you pledged it. So for the juror sitting there, do you think they felt like that was you getting caught in a lie?
Yeah.
I don't know, because so much of I feel like so
She
much
got caught in a lie.
of the trial was meant to cast aspersions on who I am as a human, my credibility, to call me a liar in every way you can. And
That was the trial.
And
It
more.
was a credibility contest.
Yeah, but I want George people to see something that's very interesting. She didn't even answer the question. Right? The question was, hey, you said you donated versus pledging, and we all know that you didn't donate. We all, you know the difference, obviously. What that didn't that hurt your credibility? And she just didn't even answer that. Well, the trial was all about hurting my credibility. So no, specifically though, this point, you knew that you were trying to fool people. You knew you were lying to people. You lied to the jury, right? And Savannah is trying to get her to at least admit that, hey, I made a mistake in this trial. Everything I said wasn't true. But again, she can't, and this is her problem. She cannot just admit that she has any faults. She can't admit, yeah, I made a mistake when I said that. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have tried to fool them into thinking I gave all that money to charity when I kept it in my own pockets. But that's the reason why she lost.
And
That was it.
This is another one of the examples where if you pull back and you think about it, I shouldn't have to have donated it in an effort to be believed. I shouldn't have had to earmark the entirety of that in order.
You don't have to.
You chose to do that. Look at that.
This is idiotic. No one said you had to donate it. Your idiot self went out and told everybody to show that I'm not a gold digger. I'm going to donate the whole fucking thing to the Children's Hospital, to the ACLU. I don't want this guy's fucking money. I'm good, right?
Yeah.
And now you're complaining because after you told everybody, not only were you going to donate, you pledge it. I gave it to them. I gave them the $7 million fucking dollars. And then when people said, okay, well, show us the receipts. Well, I didn't really give it. You see, this happened. You know, there's tea in China. People just don't never going to believe. Like, no. And now she's saying, well, the people believed. I shouldn't have had to give the money. Well, no, you didn't have to. You said you were going to give it. You lied about it. And then we got caught. Instead of saying, I fucked up, you saying, well, people shouldn't be questioning about me. Well, then you shouldn't have told us you were going to do it. Don't sit there and tell us you gave the money and we find you didn't give the fucking money. Then complain. Why you complain that I didn't give the money? You're a fucking idiot. This interview is not helping you. This interview is destroying your career. If you thought this was going to get you back in Aquaman 2, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Aquaman is over. Yeah. Your career is over. This interview is ending it. You're not making any fucking sense. Stop it. Stop the lies. Just come out and say, I fucked up. That's all we want to hear. But you know what? She doesn't want to do that. Only thing she wants to do is continue to try to gaslight us. We're not crazy. Listen, people, she's the crazy one. You are not crazy. What she's saying is crazy. You are saying the millions of us, the jury, we are not crazy. She's the crazy one, and she's trying to make it seem like we're fucking insane. But that's her. That's her problem. That's not your problem. We're all together in this. We're all together in this.
To have
you shouldn't have, but once you said you did,
right, which is where it was intended.
That's what I'm saying.
To go.
Heard says she still plans to honor that pledge.
How do you see your future now?
I get to be a mom, like I'm.
So those
I'm having to juggle calls with lawyers.
One day you may want to tell your daughter about this, or have to tell your daughter about everything that you've gone through. What would you
see? These are the emotional heartstrings now, right? I'm a mom, I'm a mom. Don't be too hard on me. I'm a mom.
Yeah. That's what
we understand you're a mom. But you're also a liar. You're also a liar. Those are just the facts.
Yeah.
you want to say?
I think no matter what, it will mean something. I did the right thing.
Oh, you did.
I did everything I could to stand up for myself and the truth.
Heard and Depp's volatile relationship lasted just 4 years. Depp confirming his engagement to me on Today in 2014.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you excited?
Yeah, very. She's a wonderful girl. She's sharp as a tack,
I gotta say, he must be like, my God, I can't believe I did this interview. Oh shit. If I was Johnny Depp, I'd be like, don't play this. This hurts. Just imagine. He didn't know the monster he was marrying. You don't
know until it's too late.
Wonderful, Southern belle and sweet as can be, and very.
How times have changed now, huh?
On the first day of the trial, you issued a statement, and part of the statement said, I still have love for Johnny.
Yes.
Is that still true?
Yes.
I don't know if I believe that. I think she is saying that just to try to make it seem like she's still the victim, right? I still have love for Johnny. She doesn't have no love for this guy. Because you have love for someone, you don't try to destroy them.
Loves
not like
the
this.
lifestyle
Not with fake
he
accusations. You don't try to destroy it, and then triple down on them, right? You say them once, you say them again, and now you're tripling down. You don't do that. You don't do that.
After everything.
Absolutely.
This is
Absolutely.
her love.
I love him. I loved him with all my heart. And I tried the best I could to make a deeply broken relationship work.
No, you didn't.
And I couldn't. I have no bad feelings or ill will towards him at all.
Chris,
So why the hell you do this interview?
people.
If you have no bad
This
feelings,
is a
why do this
bad
interview?
idea.
Why do this interview? Because this interview is just
If she's
essentially
your own
double
PR
tripling down
person,
on the false accusations that you made.
I know that might be hard to understand, or it might be really easy to understand. If you've just ever loved anyone, it should be easy.
Well, that's it. That's it. What do you guys think about this? She's tripling down. She's still the victim. Everybody else is a liar. Donate and pledge. Why are we even asking questions about donate and pledge? She told people she gave the money away, but now why does it even matter, right? It does shouldn't even matter. It's a total mess. And we still got an hour. One thing that interests me about this particular one too is that the jump cuts, because I want to see what she said after those jump cuts. Like you see, they cut a lot of them. But
a lot of jump cuts.
this is. I think she, unfortunately, still thinks we're all idiots. She essentially thinks that we all are idiots, and that we're going to believe this. You can't go out there and tell people I gave $7 million to a children or $3.5 million to a children's hospital, and then we find out you didn't do it. Complain that we're asking the question, why didn't you give the money? Right? That's essentially what she's she's gaslighting like crazy. Like insanely crazy.
Right.
Some super chats. Megan says, per Amber Heard, Johnny won because his fame and his beloved characters. But when she first alleged the abuse, JD was canceled in spite of his fame and character. Yes, she was believed. Amber Heard was believed. No matter what anybody says. Was that a mega pint of vodka? Try to prove she had too many knocks on her head. Ugh. She didn't have any. She had no bruises. You can't go and say somebody broke my arms the next day to look at your arm and say, oh, the arm's not broken. And you're like, oh, well, I shouldn't have to prove my arm is broken. Like, yes, you do. Yes, you fucking do. Right? You tell me your arm is broken, the next day it should still be broken. You tell me your nose is broken, the next day it should still be broken, right? You're not Wolverine. That shit just don't happen, right? If you tell me you're being kicked in the back and drunk over glass, and the next day I see you look fine, I'm going to question your story.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if she was beaten up that bad.
And outrage.
Right? It's just common sense. Ugh. So an interview and gets more comical. Oh my God. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I promised you guys. So let's watch the reactions yesterday from all the internet. So I got the reactions from all the internet about the scissor hand shit. So let's watch that.
The worst for fingers.
Let's start from mine. This is from yesterday. All right, here we go.
Called your testimony the performance of a lifetime
All right.
and said you were acting.
Uh-huh. Now what's her
What'd you say to
response? Listen to this shit.
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
That was a movie. He's not Edward fucking Scissorhands. What the hell is he talking about? Yo, but now what? Let's watch Uncivil. Uncivil is funny. It's crazy.
A bar though. Hey yo.
Here's Uncivil.
What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
What? I'm sorry. I've heard about the quote. I've never actually heard the quote. It's even stupider when you hear it.
What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer
He had to rewind
for
it.
the
He had to
man
rewind
who
it.
convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
He's like, y'all gotta hear this again.
Who was convinced he had scissors fingers?
Kurt's like, yo,
Oh, man.
doesn't make it.
That's Kurt from Unselect.
What? You know what is even worse about it? You know what's even worse about it? Is it strikes me as not something she thought up off the cuff.
He thinks he's playing.
That strikes me as a line someone came up with and wrote in advance. Maybe like her new PR team, for example. And
The lawyer said,
His
called
legal
your
bites.
testimony the performance of a lifetime and said you were
yes.
acting.
Oh,
What do you say to that?
Says
She broke
The
us all
lawyer.
with this.
she says she was
for
acting.
the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
Okay. But again, I don't understand how that's a retort to Camille saying that was an acting performance of a lifetime.
It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, maybe I'm a little bit too hung up on this one, but I can't understand how she thinks that this is some kind of a dig. Okay.
Argument. The lawyer said,
Oh, here's
called
Joe.
your testimony
Good
the
logic.
performance of a lifetime and said you were acting.
Joe.
What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
You convinced the world that you could breathe underwater. What the hell does that do with anything? What the hell does that do with anything?
Yo, the great part about this is everybody reacting on their own, right? We haven't watched anything, right? It's like we watched each other just reacting. These are people reacting on their own when they hear it. This is crazy. And how everybody's reacting the same way. Like, what the fuck is she saying?
What? Oh my God. What a terrible answer. What a terrible answer. First of all, what? What does that even mean? What the hell? What are you talking about?
Joe is going
because
crazy.
She's a lawyer for Edward Scissorhands, so she can't say that you're full of crap and that you're acting and full and lying. I don't understand this at all. You played Mira. You're saying that like because he's an actor who's going up on stage. I don't even understand what this means.
Joe is trying to figure it out.
You're an actor too. You're both actors.
Arguments. The deputy lawyer said, called your testimony the performance of a lifetime.
Oh, this
and
is
said you were acting.
Legal Vices.
What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
I got nothing for that. I really want to say something biting and witty, but I'm kind of fucking stunned right now.
Oh my God. Yo, everybody's like,
she did not just. No.
Yeah. He's rewinding it. He's like, yo, I gotta see this again. I gotta see this again.
What did
It
she
makes no
say?
sense.
No.
Oh my God.
Called your testimony the
Oh,
performance
shit.
of a lifetime and said you were acting. What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer
He played it
for
again.
the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
he's dying.
Fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Holy shit.
Arguments. The deputy lawyer said,
This is
called your
DUI
testimony
guy.
the performance of a lifetime and said you were acting.
Shout out to
What do you say to
DUI.
that?
Says the lawyer for the man who
Everybody.
convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
Oh my God.
Everybody, nobody knew what the fuck he's talking about.
Lawyer said, called your testimony
Oh,
the
it's
performance
Natalie.
of a lifetime
Natalie lawyer
and said
chick.
you were acting.
My sister-in-law.
What do you say to that?
Check this out.
Says the lawyer
Now Natalie's
For
fair
the
with
man
everybody.
who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
Look at Natalie's face.
I had listened.
Look at Natalie's face. She's like, what the fuck did I just hear?
What? What?
Look at Natalie. Natalie's
What?
like, oh, what the fuck?
Okay. What did she just say? I'm trying to get through this quickly because I got things to do. But
Oh, shit. Go ahead, Nat.
is it crack? Is it crack? What would possess you to say something like that? Help me, Jesus. What would possess a human being to say something like that?
Yes.
Is it drugs?
Must be.
Is it the laffy happy drugs? Why would you say something like that?
Crack is whack.
Says the lawyer. No one in their right mind. And again, remember I told you guys I didn't know Johnny Depp that much. Why didn't I realize until deep into this thing that Johnny Depp was Edward Scissorhands? Because I was a kid when I saw that. And so Edward Scissorhands, I didn't understand who actors were. And that's probably why I don't really know who anyone is, because I just accept them for their character. But anyway, ain't nobody really think that Johnny Depp, the person, had scissors for hands. We've seen him. He's walking around without scissors. Who told you that was a good talking point? Who said that?
You know
Who said
somebody was
to ridicule him because he was Edward Scissorhands? It's like a level of contempt. No one believed that he was a semi-robotic man who was raised in a mansion and only came down because the Avon lady came down by his house and she tried to cover up his scars, and then he started
Oh
cutting
my God.
bushes, and then he started cutting hair. No one thinks that that's actually Johnny Depp.
What do you say to that?
Oh, this is the body
Says
language guy.
The lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
He can't even hold himself back.
I'm the performer. I had listened to weeks of testimony.
I'm the performer. I need a mega pint. I should have done this with my usual Japanese whiskey. I need a double. I need a double Nika now.
Yo,
The
this has to
lawyer
be bad
for the
when
man who
everybody
convinced
says
the
the
world
same shit.
that he had scissors for fingers. She said
He's
that
like, I need a
was
mega
a
pint.
performer. What? You have been hanging out with Snoop Dogg too much, girl. Too much. What? What kind of what? I can't. I'm gonna play it one last time.
He's got to play it
try
again.
to make sense of it.
He's like, yeah, I gotta
Because
play it
if not,
again.
I quit. I don't.
Oh my God.
I just did not get the memo. I did not
Nobody,
get the
it's
memo.
not you, brother.
Says
Nobody knows what she's
the
saying. Nobody
lawyer
knows what she's talking about.
for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
He's laughing
I'm the
again.
performer.
You can't even listen to it.
I need a gift.
The performance of a lifetime.
Oh, Laura, you
Said you were
know.
acting. What do you say to that?
That's all I spoke. And I spoke it to power, and I paid the price.
The interviewer is
In the
giving her
closing
no
arguments, the
room
Depp
to
lawyer
wiggle
said,
at all.
called your testimony the performance of a lifetime and said you were acting. What do you say to that?
Let's see how the lawyer you
Says
know reacts
The
to it.
lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers. I'm the
What? That's her cut? So we should condemn Johnny.
Yo, everybody, think about this. Everybody is
I did not know
shocked.
this. I'm in Nile.
Everybody.
So we should condemn Johnny because he played Edward Scissorhands and convinced the world. I don't think anybody actually thought he had scissors for fingers. Did you guys? Let me know in the chat. Did you
Yes.
actually think Johnny Depp had scissors for fingers?
I thought
After
she could
watching
breathe
Edward
underwater.
Scissorhands?
I thought she could
Did you
breathe
actually
underwater.
think that, or did you think it was a movie? I don't like to be sarcastic and making fun of people on YouTube, at least. And in my
Oh.
normal life, I probably am pretty sarcastic. But come on, like, are you being serious?
Just
Not a great
I need a mega fight.
Testimony, the performance of a lifetime.
Oh my God.
Oh, the British guy.
What'd you say
the black belt barrister.
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
That's obviously a reference to Edward Scissorhands, the film, but this is not only twice removed, but it's also a bit ridiculous.
I like how it's tough
first
formally
of
he
all,
breaks it down. It's
she's saying
bit
that
ridiculous.
because Johnny Depp was so good at acting in Edward Scissorhands, therefore his lawyer's putting on a performance. It's twice removed in the sense that this has nothing to do with Johnny Depp, the actor, acting. Neither has it anything to do with his lawyer acting because he's an actor. And either way, again, impugning the integrity of the lawyers, which I think is uncalled for. But let's listen on.
What do you say to that?
Oh, this is a good
Says
one.
the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
Whenever I saw Edward Scissorhands, I knew that he didn't have scissors. It's
Everybody's saying the same shit. What is he talking about? Oh,
I
Colonel
will say I
Coots.
disagree with Johnny Depp's attorneys there. It was not the performance of a
Ah.
lifetime. It was a shitty performance. The woman convulsed for hours and couldn't produce tears. So no.
What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer
Says,
for the
says
man
him.
who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
What? Wait, I have to watch that again.
She got to roll it back. She got to roll it back. She got to roll it back. She's like, hold on.
And said you were acting. What do you say to that?
Go ahead, Colonel. Go ahead, Colonel.
The lawyer for the man who convinced.
What's her reaction?
scissors for fingers.
Our reaction is classic.
I'm the performer.
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he has scissors for fingers. So she's saying there that
Oh
this
my
is a
God.
lie that Johnny's lawyers were telling. But what is the relationship between Johnny's lawyers and the fact that they have a
comedy
an
gold.
actor, like a client
It's
who was
you're
Edward
trying to make
Scissorhands?
sense of the
I don't really
nonsense.
understand the connection. I
It's
guess what she's trying to
nonsense.
say here is like everybody from the lawyer to Johnny Depp, they were all putting on a good show for you. Right?
It's nonsense. There's no way.
Performance of a lifetime.
Oh, legal
And said you were
mindset.
acting. What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
Okay, this one makes me laugh the most. I know everybody else has covered it, but seriously, you played a fish. You played an Atlantean. Get the fuck out of here. It's a movie. Have you never watched a movie? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? His role in a movie does not lessen or greaten his credibility. Really, honestly, the fact that she would try to use that against him, this is the career-ending moment.
This is a
This it
career-ending
right
question.
here.
Yes.
She's literally said that anybody who plays a fantastical role or any non-totally realistic role is not credible as a human being, is a liar. It's hilarious.
Right.
It's hilarious.
In the closing arguments, the Depp
The
lawyer
umbrella
said-
guy.
called your testimony the performance of a lifetime and said you were acting. What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers. I'm the performer.
Wait, what? The lawyer convinced the world that he had
The umbrella
scissors
guy
for
broke
fingers,
character.
not the guy that was really worded terribly. Camille Vasquez convinced us all he had
He
scissors.
made tongue break
Depp lawyer
character.
said,
Called
your testimony the performance
Bruce
of a
Rivers, the
lifetime
criminal guy.
and said you were acting.
Come on,
What
Bruce.
do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
She made Bruce break character.
Because he played Edward Scissorhands. Are you really fucking saying that? That makes no sense. But you
Bruce!
remember when the acting, and I reacted
like
to this.
makes no fucking
She
sense.
had no tears. She pretended like she was crying. And she had no tears. Zero.
Go ahead, Bruce.
That made no sense. The awkward silence. That made no sense.
See, man, Bruce break character. Ah, this is the best one.
For the man
Nick.
who convinced the world
The
he
Pope.
had scissors for fingers.
Wait, what? What the fuck was that?
Oh,
Is
Oh
that
my
what you
God.
took from Edward Scissorhands?
That's what
That
she
he
took from it.
convinced the world that he had scissors for fingers? Bitch, did you watch the He was a doll. He was Pinocchio.
Oh my God.
He was an unfinished marionette. And Geppetto
Right.
Oh my
dies
God.
before he can get fixed. And then he's stuck in the world, running around with no context or experience about what anything is. He's an infant thrust
my
into
God.
a world
Right.
of awfulness, trying to take advantage of every single thing, everybody exploiting his innocence.
Wow. Nick is like,
And you take scissors for fingers? That's what you take from that story, that movie, and that he somehow convinced the world. Bitch, he convinced the world that he wasn't human. If you want to go there, that he was a robot, effectively.
all right, here we go.
Called your testimony.
Oh my God.
Kind of fucking.
That was funny. That was hilarious. Like, I think her name's Emily and Asmongold. She Twitch streamer. This was thing she said yesterday, and she thought she really thought it was like something profound. She thoroughly enjoyed that very much. I am not gonna live stream this. Amber is shown in the videos, just showing and not speaking at all, and your daughter away from the spotlight. That PR people are, she needs to fire them if she do. She won't watch it with me, so hope y'all enjoy watching me. I will be back on with another Johnny Depp video, but I will be back here. I'll wrap this up. And I'll leave you this video